Super. And I invite you to, if you have something like a bolster, to come into the Virasana Position, knees approximately hip width apart. Feel free to put a bolster between your legs so you can sit slightly elevated as directly on the floor. It doesn't have to be a yoga bolster. You can use a block, you can use a pillow from your couch. But the most important thing is that you are not having any knee pain, or sit on the floor, or whatever functions or works for you. Awesome. And when you're arriving here, I invite you to roll the shoulders back, maybe mobilize them. And it's not important if you need to take more time for these preliminary exercises. I'm waiting for you, so that for everyone who has to get something or still needs to move can arrive. What's important for me is that you can really feel that the shoulders are free and you have wide collarbones. And when it comes to the spine, I don't want you to lean forward a lot, but to really be over your pelvis and not necessarily in this extended lumbar spine, but really with the tailbone pointing towards the floor. Very good. If you need something, take some padding for your ankles or knees so that there's no pain in your joints that are on the floor or on the mat. And maybe when you slowly settle down, coming to the floor, close your eyes. Super. And for the first moments of being together, focus that no matter how your hands are placed on your body, that you can release the pressure, the tension on the inside of your elbows, so the arms can really empty, the arms can sink to the floor, and that we can collect ourselves from this constant readiness and activation due to that everything's changing on the outside, that we can collect ourselves and arrive deeply within ourselves and feel the floor, feel the bolster, whatever is supporting you, and feeling that right now in this moment you are being carried, you are settled, you have arrived. And let the breath flow as it wants to, and keep this contact to the earth. For the beginning of the class, a short explanation. We are multidimensional beings, and when it comes to this current crisis, we have to deal with two major parts of ourselves. First, our physical being that functions on a primal level, and our mind. And when structures on the outside are changing, especially if we have trusted them, and our mind really speeds up because we're trying to get control and to find some grip, our body feels this work that's going on in our mind. And what our body does is that he either provides energy for solving the situation, so we're coming in an overactivation, or we arrive at a place where we're really, really tired. And what we're trying to achieve with the contact on the floor, if we can really be present with this, is that we can collect ourselves on this primal level of our physical being, calm down the physical body, and enable the body to balance itself and give him a really nice ground state so that it can provide energy in a balanced manner, whatever we need it for our children, for our profession. And our body aids us as well as a consequence in becoming calm, relaxed. So I invite you for the next couple of breaths to really find this calm and this contact to the floor, and also sense that you are connected to a collective primal energy that's holding your body. And just sense if there is anything changing in your body or releasing. And even if there are doubts coming in your mind, just keep this attitude of I'm talking to my body. I'm connecting to my body. And then shift your attention just slightly and find where you are in your breathing cycle. And sometimes if we shift this conscious attention, we realize that the breath is immediately changing. And I invite you as an explorer that's ready to go within and explore, to listen to your breath and sense where it wants to flow to. Feel where there are these areas of contact in your body by listening to where there's movement in your body as you breathe. And see if you can expand this slowly without any pressure, but really with a gentle, mindful attitude. And in your own rhythm, keep with this. Feel the shoulders relaxed for a couple of breaths. Experiment for a couple of rounds to sense that you're really connected to the floor, carried on a bolster, floor, or block, and to feel this live rhythm of your breath. And we're still staying here for 5 long deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5. Awesome. And then check if you can still feel your breath cycle, your breath coming in and out, feel the floor. And if you can open your eyes and staying in contact as you slowly move your head and look around. I invite you to not do this as a physical training, but more like a slow, very conscious, checking the area while you feel the breath and feel the floor. We still want to be talking to our body. And we want to really see what's around us. And if you want to, in your mind or even verbally, you can name the things that you see. And just check if you can still, as you're doing this, feel the floor and feel your breath. And what this does for our body is that it gets us out of our minds into a very gentle, conscious arriving in the present moment, here and now. And you can feel if that there's anything changing in the body, if you feel the impulse to really sigh or inhale deeply or exhale deeply. And then arrive from wherever you were looking to with your gaze forward. Allow the eyes to stay open. And return to this contact to the floor, the sensing of this being carried, and the in and out flow of your breath. And from this very slowly, I invite you to Lift your arms up. With an exhale, unite your palms in the front of your heart. Allow the eyes to open and feel this contact of your hands on the heart. And maybe you can tune into an energy within your heart that is not being moved forward by fear, but probably for the desire of freedom, for the wish to be nourished. Feel the floor. And maybe for this prayer, or carried by this prayer for peace, and is re-establishing or establishing connections to other people, and also a redefinition of this self-contact that we're practicing right now. And there's no fights or no anger, no hardening, but this soft will of knowing that you're worthy to experience this. You can also send a prayer up to your higher power, however you understand it, as life force, universal life force, Jesus, wherever you feel this connection, and bathe in this energy for a moment. And then feel that you're deeply inhaling, that the heart and the mediastinum can unfold, the shoulders relax. And with an exhale, release your palms, your hands from each other. Bring both arms and hands forward. Imagine that your hands are filled up with this energy. Inhale one more time. And with an exhale, ground this energy as you slowly touch the floor. It's like planting a seed. Collect Uddiyana Bandha. You are allowed to sigh if with an inhale you come up onto hands and knees. And with an exhale, slowly flex your feet, anchor your shoulders, and slowly with flexed feet come back into Balasana or Child's Pose. Toes are resting on the floor. The crown slowly descends onto the floor. If you need support, bolster, block, feel free to use it underneath your forehead. And find this calm breathing cycle so that you can say yes to this heartfelt desire of being okay, and that we can extend this to all beings. Breathe for 1, 2. Very good. Allow the neck and the head to release. Find yourself in your creative center, navel to spine. Slowly with an inhale, come onto hands and knees. And with an exhale on your own, in your own time and manner, come over the side and return back to a seated position. You can come into Sukhasana, as you see me doing here, or in Virasana, as we did before, your choice. But we don't want to be hanging forward, but really be sitting over our pelvis, having a lot of space between our legs and our torso. So let's do a little ritual so that we can tune into the new beginning that we will experience around Easter. So I invite you to feel the floor again, to connect to your own breathing cycle, and to really take time to sense your own breathing, the time you need, not to run after me and what I'm saying, but really stay connected with yourself. So with an inhale, slowly lift up your arms, palms are turned up to the sky. Exhale, feel that you're finding Uddiyana Bandha, relaxing the shoulders. And we're starting with our right arm. And slowly, I'm not mirroring you, bringing the right arm over the horizon. And with an exhale, we allow that the arm and the hand comes over the backside of our skull And we can take something there and remove it. This is this deeply instinctual part that reacts to outside stimulation. We want to balance this and take all the over energy away and arrive with an inhale with both arms to the side. And with an exhale, both arms can come in front of the heart. The right wrist is in front of the left. And we're framing our heart, creating a new frame for our heart. This crossing of our wrists is like a short circuit. So we're finishing something and creating something new. We try to feel ourselves again on the floor in our breathing, inhaling. And with an exhale, our forehead may surrender to our heart. And we're surrendering our vision to this new frame in our heart. The shoulders are still having a lot of space and are being grounded. If you need to move them, feel free. And then with the next inhale, lift your head. And slowly, as you breathe and continue to breathe, lift your arms overhead. And with an exhale, allow that your elbows bend and your hands come behind your head. We can turn the elbows forward. Feel free to do this in a manner, in an angle that feels awesome for your chromium process on top of your shoulders. And with an exhale, arrive again in your lower body, in Uddiyana Bandha. And we're in Chaya Mudra here, the mudra of victory. And I want for you that it's connected, this Chaya Mudra, with your intuitive power in your belly and the love in your heart. Slowly with an inhale, bring both arms up. And with an exhale, slowly allow the arms to come apart. And with an inhale, return to both arms outstretched to the sides. And with an exhale, feel the shoulders grounded, the arms and palms soft and ready. We're expanding with an inhale, lifting the heart, drawing the arms apart. With an exhale, the shoulders ground towards the floor, towards the pelvis. And let's go to the other side. Again, I'm not mirroring you, as with an inhale, the left arm circles over the front. With an exhale, we can go to this automatic response part of our brain and really remove or create some space so we have new space for finding a new reaction. We're inhaling here, offering our hearts these wide open arms. And with an exhale, allow that the left wrist arrives in front of your right. And we're creating again this new frame for our heart in this reset. The shoulders are rolling back. We can lift the heart. With an exhale, allow again that your head can bow or surrender to your heart, and we can trust in this guidance that comes through our heart. That we're just creating space and readiness to return to our heart's development, also for support during this time. And then slowly, with an inhale, find this unfolding through the backside of your heart. Exhale, activate your creative center and navel to spine. And with the next inhale, we're slowly lifting our arms up. And with an exhale, let's return to Chaya Mudra. Everything else stays the same. We're just bending the elbows. And maybe your fingers are touching the backside of your head. Again, bring the shoulders in a way that you feel comfortable on top of your shoulders. With the next exhale, find the shoulders grounded. And then from your center, from the floor, with an inhale, allow the arms to straighten. And with an exhale, create this wide circle as the arms can slowly come apart. The shoulders are grounded. we can inhale and gather for final completion. And with an exhale, spread the arms around your body, creating this new field around you. Maybe you find that your arms are being held and carried on clouds. They are so soft and have a lot of space as they touch the floor. And then from here, come again to the contact to the floor, through your hands, through the way you sit. And remind yourself and set this anchor in your body that whenever we're stressed, we can find this connect to the floor, no matter where we are, in the bathtub, on a counter, in a car, and create this reset with a new frame for our heart by arriving in the moment, creating some space. Feel how we're feeling right now, avoiding overwhelm. And with this self-contact and this arriving within ourselves, maybe creating something new. Allow both arms to come forward, offer this inhale, and with an exhale, come onto hands and knees. Allow the feet to unfold and to flex, toes to the floor with an inhale, and with an exhale, come into the first downward dog. Feel that you can come into contact with the floor through your feet. Relax the head, ground the shoulders, and see how you can create space for your shoulder blades. And the backside of your arms are turning towards your toes. And as you do these soft movements, arriving, come into a pulsing of the spine as with an inhale the spine rounds, and with an exhale we're very consciously moving into the contact to the floor and elongating our spine. With an inhale we can round, crown pointing to the floor, and with an exhale we can find this extension of the spine really arriving in our pelvis, in the pelvic floor, in the deepest part of ourselves. We're inhaling and rounding. And with this exhale, arrive in this long, elongated line. And then feel into this contact to the floor in between your feet and hands. And we're coming forward with an inhale into plank, shoulders over your hands. And with an exhale, find this core activation. And really this long line between hands and feet. Find that you can push something away, really to deliberately create space and distance. And this is actually quite strenuous. So let's release this with an exhale. Knees to the floor, Uddiyana Bandha stays activated, shoulders are grounded, feet can touch the floor. And we're just leaning forward so slightly with an inhale. And with an exhale, elbows close to your ribs, shoulders grounded, come down to the floor. Head is free. Release. Shoulders roll back, elbows drawing back. We are resisting the temptation to come up through our head. And where maybe the head is completely releasing and we're leading with the backside of the heart as with an inhale we come up. With an exhale, allow the shoulders to release. Inhale, widening the heart space. And with an exhale, return to lying on your belly on the floor. Shoulders stay wide, collarbones wide. Tailbone pivots to your heels. Gather and collect in the lower belly. Come up with an inhale. And with an exhale, flexing the feet, arrive into your second downward dog. Very good. Find your connection to the floor. Completely release the head. Bending the knees, emptying the pelvis. Very good. See that you can really create space between the shoulder blades so that the backside of the heart can open. We're breathing for 2, awesome, and 3. Arrive in your center. Feel yourself on the floor. Slowly come forward with an inhale, shoulder over your hands. And with an exhale, ground the shoulders. Arrive in your center. Really push the backside of your legs, your upper legs, up to the floor. Feel it. And with an exhale, slowly come with your knees to the floor. For the second vinyasa, collarbones stay wide. We're inhaling here. And with an exhale, slightly come forward, elbows bending back, shoulders grounded, chaturanga to lying on the floor. Awesome. When you're on the floor, allow the shoulders to roll back, navel slightly active. Lead from your heart as you come up with an inhale into cobra. And with an exhale, slightly draw the palms towards your feet and come with a long straight spine, especially in front, back to the floor. Pelvis tilts with tailbone to heels. We gather through the belly, push up with an inhale onto hands and knees, and arrive into the third downward dog. With an exhale, 3 long deep breaths. 1. Move 2. See if you can come into the contact of the floor, in contact with your breathing. 3. Super. And then slowly from here, come into your right leg. With an inhale, lift it, back and up. See if you can feel the movement, feel the floor at the same time. And with the exhale, bring your right knee to the chest, the shoulders over the wrists, and make a conscious step. Inhale, knee straightly directly over your ankle. Exhale, drawing the left heel back. Allow the left heel to drop. You're coming onto the outside of the left foot, and we're feeling the contact to the floor. We're deliberately going very slow. With an inhale, we're coming up. We're looking forward. And with an exhale, feel that you can sink into the floor. If it's okay, bend the right knee more. And bring the pelvic bowl into an upright position, tailbone to the floor. We're not doing anything else but to feel the floor and to breathe. And see if you can feel both feet at the same time on the floor. And if your arms are up, really straighten them. We're at 2, breathing, feeling flow and breath and pose. 3. And then slowly with an exhale, come back to the floor. Hands are touching. Back heel turns up. We're inhaling, stepping back into plank. And from here with an exhale into downward dog. Our goal is, as we're going into the second side, to really feel the floor, feel our breath, and as we keep also our gaze outwards, to feel our inside world, so that we can connect both polarities, being on the outside while being in contact with our inside world. So if you're in downward dog, flow again into your center. Head is really, really relaxed. And then from here, with an inhale, the left leg may float up. Exhale, drawing the left knee to the chest, step forward. Find wide collarbones. Inhale, heart unfolds. Exhale, right heel to the floor. Left sit bone towards your right heel. Gather the energy through center and rise with an inhale into Virasana 1, the first warrior. Exhale, bending the left knee, sink deeper. See if the pelvic bowl can stay upright. And we're breathing slowly for 3. See if you can find a connection to the floor, finding our roots, finding our breath and our own individual center. And bring into this movement whatever you want. It's a step forward. Inhale, fill up one more time. Exhale, slowly bring both hands to the floor, shoulders anchored. We feel the floor stepping back with an inhale, right heel turning up into plank, and with an exhale into downward dog. And we're moving for 1. Feel the floor, feel the breath. 2, 3. Super, arriving here, very calm. See that you're having enough space between your feet, lifting our left leg with an inhale. Exhale, feeling the floor, pushing the floor away, bringing the left foot forward, making a step. As soon as you arrive, let the shoulders ground. Inhale, slowly lifting up. Feel this creative tension happening. With an exhale, allow the right heel to drop, and we're using the right arm to come up with an inhale into Vira 2. And with an exhale, we can spread the other palms from center. And maybe you can see yourself on your screen, I don't know, but see that you're not hanging forward, but really that you're upright between your legs. We're slowly turning our palms up with an inhale. And with an exhale, beginning with the back right arm, we're bringing it with an inhale over the horizon. With an exhale, we're again removing something from the backside of our hearts. You can really feel it dripping off your fingers as you come back with an inhale, both arms extended. With an exhale, the right wrist is in front of your left wrist, and we're framing our heart. We're inhaling. Stay connected to the floor. Exhale, allow the forehead to bend or bow to your heart. Gather this fire. We're inhaling, bringing both arms up. And with an exhale, allow the elbows to bend in Chaya Mudra. Ribs are closed, tailbone to the floor. We're inhaling here, offering the arms up. And with an exhale, allow the arms to sink, elongating the spine, neck gets long. We're slowly turning to the front, inhaling here. And with the exhale, both hands to the floor, right heel turns up. And we're stepping back into plank. Inhaling here. And with an exhale, slowly bring the knees for support to the floor. Stay in your center, wide collarbones. Connect to the floor, to your breath. And slowly, with an exhale, come into Chaturanga, to a lying position on the floor. Shoulders are anchored, tailbone to the heels. Inhale, flow into your cobra. Feel that the backside of the heart is leading. And with an exhale, as you draw the spine in front, long hands towards your heels, come down to the floor. Gather creative center, come up, hands and knees. Inhale, exhale, arrive into downward dog. Stay connected to the shoulders grounding, away from the ears. And breathe for 3. 1. A lot of space between the shoulder blades. 2. And your ears. 3. Feel the floor, arrive in the moment, feel your breath. We're coming to the right side with an inhale. Floor contact, shoulders grounded, right leg lifts, exhale, stepping forward. Find lift with an inhale. Searching for space, exhale, left heel drops. Left arm carries you up into Virasana 2 in a wide circle as you come up with an inhale. And with an exhale, feel the left knee bending, arrive here. Integrate the spine by finding ribs, finding Uddiyana, tailbone to the floor. And from here, let's go into the movement ritual. With an inhale, the back arm circles overhead. With an exhale, we can remove something from the back side of our head. Everything that's not serving you anymore can go. We inhale, pulling the shoulder blades apart in the back. And with an exhale, framing our heart with the left wrist in front of our right. Stay in your center, feeling the floor. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, forehead bowing to your heart. Shoulders really firmly grounded. Inhale, allow the gaze to come up, allow the arms to ascend. And with the exhale, allow the elbows to bend, the hands falling behind your head, and we're coming into Chaya Mudra. Ribs stay close, drawn together. With an inhale, offer the arms up. Exhale, allowing the arms to fall apart, feeling this growing through the center of our body. Inhaling one more time. With an exhale, allow that you're coming forward and down, both hands around your right foot. Inhale here, turning the left heel up. Exhale, come into plank. Feel that you're really pushing the floor away again, holding your center. Inhale one more time. And with an exhale, allow the whole pose to get easier by bringing the knees to the floor. And we're trying again, very gentle, to go into 3 controlled push-ups from center. If you're losing the shoulders, stop or take a rest. So we're inhaling, looking forward. With an exhale, integrate the lower back by tailbone to heels. Uddiyana Bana firm. We're inhaling, lifting the heart. And with an exhale, bending slowly the elbows without losing the shoulder blades, connecting to the hips. Inhale, push yourself up. If you take a break or need a break, take one. Exhale, bending the elbows a second time. Neck is relaxed, core is integrated. Inhale, and with an exhale, bend the elbows. If you're in child's pose, feel free to join us on the floor, and we're meeting probably here, lying on our belly. Our fingertips are directly underneath the shoulders. We're rolling the shoulders back, leading from the backside of the heart. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, finding the shoulders again connected to the pelvis, drawing yourselves long, long, long as we descend onto the floor. Pushing up with an inhale, and with an exhale, we're meeting in Downward Dog. Move again for 3 long deep breaths. Try to stay connected to the present moment. 1, feeling the floor, feeling the width of the collarbones. 2, and 3. Super. And then very, very slowly from here, stabilizing the shoulders. Walk your feet forward towards your hands. If you have the energy, feel free to jump on the end of the exhale. And then here, as you arrive, allow the hands to withdraw from the floor, to take a hold of your elbows and start to pulsate so that you're drawing to center. Inhale and probably through an open mouth just to release the tension. Exhale. And we're doing this 2 more times. We're inhaling and rounding, feeling the contact to the floor through our feet, and releasing with an open jaw, open mouth. Last time, we're inhaling, rounding, and exhaling, extending. Very good. And then slowly allow your hands to release from the elbows. Gather yourself in the navel, and from the back side of the heart, maybe stabilizing the shoulder blades with activating the rhomboids. We're slowly pushing into the floor, feeling what we're doing, feeling if we're breathing. The arms may really be passive. Feel the active C curve pushing the floor away and rolling up in awareness until we find ourselves in a standing position. Then from here, strong center, connection to the floor. We come into a right leg, lifting it up. Exhale, we can find the stability for our pelvis by drawing the sit bones together. This allows for a lift through the spine. Focus for a moment on your left foot, realizing the contact to the floor, the balance. Also that the balance is actually something dynamic. And always if it feels shaky, return to center. Inhale. And with an exhale, slowly allow the right leg to come to the floor and that you can push into the floor and grow. Exhale. If you want to close the eyes, find the contact to the floor, the current moment, and breathe for 1. And really push yourself away from the floor 2. And then from your lower belly, if you want to open the eyes, inhale, lift the left leg up. Sit bones drawing together, core active. Exhale, feel that the whole body is relaxed otherwise. And we can tune into our ankle, our right foot, finding the balance, finding the stability. Inhaling one more time, and with an exhale, the left foot draws to the right, and we can feel this growing action. And then with feet on the floor, holding the contact through the feet to the floor as foundation, eyes open, we're breathing. Very good. Let's take this foundation to the next exercise as we shift onto our left leg, stabilizing the pelvis and the core, lifting the right one. With the exhale, put the right leg over the left for Garudasana. The lower thighs can be together. You don't have to hook the right foot. Inhale, lifting both arms. Exhale, see if you can sink deeper with a straight spine, tailbone to the floor, shoulders connected. And we're starting with our left arm. I'm not mirroring you. With the inhale, the left arm circles overhead. With an exhale, we're doing this wiping ritual again of releasing our base of the skull. We're inhaling, both arms wide, ready to receive, and with an exhale, framing the heart. The right wrist comes in front of the left. We're inhaling, bringing both arms overhead. Exhaling, bending the elbows, finding the heart lifted, shoulders grounded. And slowly we're straightening the left leg with an inhale, straightening the arms. Right leg comes away off the left. And with an exhale, feel this corkscrew action. And the arms are sinking and the right foot touches the floor and we elongating the spine, growing. Stay connected to the floor, stay connected to your breath and move whatever helps you to release excess tension for 1, 2, very good, and 3. And then come again consciously into the contact to the floor. The pelvis is upright, the sternum slightly lifted. We're finding our own breath rhythm. And moving on to the other side. So with an inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left leg or knee over right one. Draw the sit bones together, keep the hips level. And then with the next inhale, lifting up both arms. Exhale, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lifting the heart, and with an exhale, maybe you can go deeper and sink into the pose. And we're starting with the right arm. I'm not mirroring you. We're coming over the front. We're exhaling, pushing something away. We're inhaling here, exhaling, framing the heart. Inhaling here, slowly lifting the arms overhead. Exhaling, finding ourselves in center, bending the elbows, stabilizing the ribs. And we're slowly straightening the right leg. Inhale, arms straight. And with the exhale, remove the left leg from the right. Let the arms draw apart. And slowly, this growing action as the left foot touches next to the right on the floor. Find the inside of the elbow soft and breathe for 2 as you shift. 1 and 2. Awesome. I'm turning around so that you see me better. Feel that the shoulders can ground. Both arms can come up with an inhale. And with an exhale, push the arms over the side as if you would walk through a gate, drawing curtains apart. Interlace your fingers. Step with your feet hip width apart. Exhale, ground yourself into your lower belly. Arms pulling down, lifting the heart with an inhale. And with an exhale, active navel, inside legs turning to the back. We're going into a slow back and a slight back bend, offering our heart this free space. And we're breathing for 2, 1. Super. And 2. And wherever you are with your neck free, come up from pushing the floor away with your feet, grounding yourself in the lower belly, lifting up with an inhale. And with an exhale, bend the elbow, allow both arms to come next to you. And find yourself in a standing position, Tadasana. We're lifting the right leg with an inhale. And with an exhale, find yourself at center in your lower belly. And we're bending the right leg and coming back into Virasana 1. Just go so to a height that your fingers are not touching the floor. Feel the sit bones drawing together again. The neck is free. And we're breathing for 2, 1. Feeling the floor. Feeling what's happening in your body. 2. Very good. Slowly with an inhale, come up, back to standing. Exhale, setting the right leg to the left, both hands to the heart, and shift. Front to back, releasing the soles of the feet, releasing the head for 1 and 2. Focus again on the contact to the floor, and we're really moving from center, pivoting around the center as we lift with an inhale. Exhale, pushing the floor away, shifting through center as we go forward, coming into Virabhadrasana 3. Right hip draws back, both sit bones together, core active. And we're still here for 2 long deep breaths. Allow the neck to be released. 1. Super. 2. Slowly come back up with an inhale to standing position. Exhale, allow the left foot to release and return to standing position. Allow the arms to drop. Feel that the body slowly gets calmer again, the breath gets calmer. And sink into the contact to the earth through your feet. We're here for 2. Really allow the arms and hands to be empty. 1, if you want to shake your hands out, that's 2, fine. 2, awesome. And if you're in the center of your mat, just make a conscious step forward so that we have enough space behind us. We're offering our presence with an inhale. Both arms come up. And with an exhale, we're finding ourselves in the lower belly, bending the knees and allowing the hands to come to the floor. If it's too much, bring your hands to your lower legs. Head is relaxed, it's not doing anything. And we're pushing the floor away from our navel, coming into Ardha Uttanasana, straightening the legs. And with an exhale, step back into Downward Dog. Also arrive in this slow motion. It's really with moving slow that we can move with awareness. And it's really that if we move with awareness, controlling what we're doing, that we're learning. Awesome. And then from here, shift with your left leg to the center of the mat with the right leg. We go first and it drifts up with an inhale. And with an exhale, draw the right knee to the chest, drawing everything from behind into center. And then turn the right knee outward, hip in outward rotation, external rotation, and slowly come back into pigeon. See if you can come onto the floor. If you don't find any contact through the outside of the right hip, pad yourself up. Once you touch your buttocks on the floor or on a supportive pillow or block, release the shoulders. And we're doing really this grounding again to the floor, being entirely present. And while we're releasing the tension from our hips, which is our foundational level, I want you to really arrive in your awareness of contact to the floor and breath, so that we can always be aware of what's happening right now within us. First in our small world, of our inside world, then extending this to our family, to our community. So we're really radiating through the heart, lifting the sternum, and then slowly we're moving forward to a height where we feel that we can go today, that the hips can release, and that we can still stay present and aware of what we're doing. See that when you're arriving, that you can feel the floor, that you can stay connected with your center, and find your own creative energy that flows from this center, and allow it to spread through your body. As you inhale, there is new life energy entering your body. Open new spaces within your body. As really this primal energy of your foundational inner space. And with an exhale, feel that this spreads throughout whole of your body, maybe even the field around you. And we're still staying here with this process, very simple and still deep meaning. For 5 long deep breaths, we are at 2, so that we really can start differently from our base, 3, and live differently from there, 4, with an integrated awareness of every moment. And last one, 5. Find yourself in your navel. Draw the creative energy deep into the body. Inhale. And with an exhale, slowly come back, setting the hands, feeling the hands on the floor, allowing the shoulders to draw back and come up fluidly into the upright swan. Maybe you want to inhale into a backbend. And with an exhale, come back up. Shoulders are grounded. If you have support underneath your right buttock, remove it. We're pivoting to the right, and slowly we can bring the left leg forward, stepping over our right or placing our left foot in Ardha Matsyendrasana in front of our right shin. And I would like you to really feel that you're pushing both sit bones and both halves of your pelvic bone into the floor, and that you can really stabilize the pelvis. It's the foundation that we created, and we really want to keep it stable. So with an inhale, lifting the right arm, and with an exhale, find the connection that feels comfortable for your shoulders. So maybe it's your right hand, maybe it's your right elbow, keeping the collarbones really, really wide. Inhale, stabilize the foundation, your pelvic bowl, and with an exhale, the rotation is really coming from the thoracic spine and not just the neck that's moving or the head that's moving. And the pelvic stays super, super stable on the floor. And find that with every inhale you can lift up, and with every exhale you can deepen the rotation. So you don't want to fight, but you want to move from the inside out so that you're really feeling what you're doing. And we still stay here for 3 long deep breaths. 1, 2. Super. Last one. 3. Slowly with an inhale, lifting the heart, creating this space for your whole spine. And with an exhale, slowly releasing your right hand, coming forward. Shift to the right, removing or releasing the left leg from the front to the back. Set both of your hands in front of you. Shoulders are rolling back. With an inhale, step back with one leg. With the exhale, come into Aramukesvanasana Downward Dog. Everything starts with our contact to the floor. The floor acts also as a boundary that defines us. And we come back to our breath, pulsing. And maybe this aids us with arriving in our creative center. Moment to moment, we're at 2. Head is really released. 3. Very good. And then feel that every movement that you're creating comes from the inside out. So with the inhale, lift your left leg. With the exhale, drawing the knee to chest. Relax the head, integrate the shoulders, inhale. And with an exhale, come into external rotation with your left knee pointing to the outside behind your left wrist on the floor. Slowly straightening the right leg back. And with an exhale, we are arriving again on the floor. Left buttocks touching the floor or a pillow or a block. If you need a break, just take one. Inhale here. If enough time, just take your time. Exhale, we're slowly going forward, releasing. See where there is a natural boundary that occurs in your body. Wait there for a second so the tension can release. So we're really taking this moment of being calm and connection to ourselves. So that it's not a fight, but a really nice cooperation between our body and our mind and awareness. And maybe you can come deeper, feel whatever is working for you today. And I want you to arrive in a position where it's a little bit of stress, but it's manageable, so you can stay present. How can I support myself? How can I seize whatever is occurring within my body-mind fields? Am I falling into it very consciously and aware, letting it happen? Do I create more distance? Can I feel the floor? Can I feel my breath? Can I stay with this fluid and free exchange, holding the connection to my own or to your own creative energy? Feel whatever you need right now. And sense that there is this awareness of a stressor, and that you can be aware of that and still be calm and present. Really nice shoulders, congrats. 3. Awesome. Take your time. See that as we came in, being in contact with ourselves, we also want to release the pose, staying and being in contact. We're activating the creative center, navel to spine, head releases and relaxes as we come and walk back up with our hands. Reset the shoulders. And slowly we can walk back with our hands and go into a slight back bend of our lower back is still happy here. Offering our heart, head is free. Inhale here. And with an exhale, remove if there's something underneath your buttocks, come back up. And we can pivot to the left and free our right leg, bringing it to the front, either overall knee or setting our left foot in front of the right lower leg. It's not important where the foot is placed, but if you can stay with both sit bones on the floor. Shoulders are unfolded, rolled back. And find again that you actually only can move away from a foundation that's stable. So with an inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, allow the shoulders to be wide, the collarbones to be wide. And we're moving with an inhale, lifting the heart, and with an exhale, we're feeling that we keep the foundation really stable and turning from our thoracic spine to the left. Keep the hips stable, we're inhaling. And with an exhale, really make sure that you're twisting from your upper body and not from your head only. Feel free to move the head if this helps you with finding where actually your thoracic spine is. You're talking to your body. We're breathing, feeling the floor, and our 2, we're just checking wherever we can find new spaces. 3. Awesome. And then with an inhale, find yourself here really nicely unfold, seize the floor, push into it. And with an exhale, slowly come forward, releasing the pose. Free your hands very slowly, allow the shoulders to move a little bit. Help yourself to remove the left leg from the right and come into a seated position. Both hands can be gently resting on your knees. Feel if maybe now it's a good time to swing back and forth over your sit bones so you can really find space in the front of the body, in the front of the hips. So we have this healthy distance. Find if it's possible to find being upright. And if it's possible that we can find ourselves with our power to create free arms to arrive on the floor. So we are grounded in the present moment again. If you can really feel this. If after the practice now it's easier for you to find this contact to the floor, and then shift internally and feel the floor and come into your own internal breathing rhythm. Sense that this is your life streaming through you. And with every exhale, you can come to center and rest and digest and gather. And this is really our chance for centering. And with an inhale, we can find this expansion, this new spaces, this widening. And maybe you can take this with you during the day, especially right now that you feel if it's becoming too much, the whole situation, and coming to the floor and to my center. And I'm trusting this intuitive intelligence of my body to really sense this and then to come into expansion again. And we can stay with just pulse that we are aware to perceive with our breathing. And that the breathing not only goes to the side, pulsing here, but also in the vertical axis that we can grow and return to the floor, to the present moment. So that there is also a growth process happening as we inhale between the earth and the sky. And when we exhale, maybe this wide room between earth and sky may remain, And we can hold this length. And maybe to this horizontal axis and to this vertical axis, there can be another add-on, which is our breathing that expands to the front and to the back. So that we feel also this expansion to the front and back. And then this condensating action of coming to center. And it's like a blurring action where we're moving with an expansive energy into the future. And as we return with an exhale probably to the center of our body, the spine, we can find the center and finding alignment for this movement forward. So as you arrive with the exhale in the center of your body, maybe you find center also centering yourself from the recent couple of weeks. And then see if it's possible that you feel that the breathing can contain all three dimensions, from the earth to the sky, below to above, from the inside to the outside, and back again. And from the front to the back. And maybe you can feel that when you're really sensing this consciously, that the breath really gets calmer, slower, the jaw releases, and we all get calmer and more peaceful on a physical level. Allow the breath to be a continuation of this calm. Come with one hand to your belly, the other hand to your heart. And arrive deep within your pelvis, where you have contact to the floor. Maybe you feel it on the pelvic floor, maybe you feel it around the tailbone. And I would love for you to inside gently voice Hamsa Lam. It's like a reset for our base, for our roots, with the Bija mantra Lam. And then allow your attention to glide up just a little bit around the navel. And say to yourself or whisper or think Hamsa Vam with a we. And we can again here come into contact with our own creative energy and reset our contact, the purity of our creative energy, finding a new base, a new foundation. And from there, hands still resting on belly and heart, we're going into our solar plexus area of Manipura. And you can say in silence or also voice out loud Hamsa Ram with an R, a reset for our own personal power, and that we can still work efficiently here, how we can guide ourselves from the present moment and to expand this so that we're feeling that we are still able to create in our own life. And then slowly from here, flow up to your hands over your heart. And deepen our self-love and compassion also for ourselves. If we are unruly or tired, that in this change that is happening right now, that we need a lot of compassion for ourselves so we can be there for others, and we can open up probably a new level by saying hum sa yum with a Y, like yummy, like really good heart energy. And then hand may stay wherever they are. We flow up to our chakra in the neck, where there is the voice box. And we can decide to always wait before we react to something. And sometimes this is more constructive for our own creative energy if we're not saying something immediately. But it may also be important that we voice our own opinion without any pressure from the outside. You decide what you feel is right for you in which moment. And I would like for you to say or think for this chakra, hum, sa, hum. We're returning to our mission, soul mission, as it is intended for us from ourselves. And then for the completion of this exercise, flow with your attention behind your forehead and the top of your head in the crown. And you can really create this three-dimensional presence around your forehead and head. And we're working from the foundation that we created. So that we can find a deepening of our insight, a deepening of our vision, and a deepening of our way and path together. And you can whisper to yourself or say or think hum sa om. And then give yourself permission that you're returning with your awareness to your contact of your hands to your body. Feel the breath still flowing very calmly and peacefully. Connect to the floor. Feel this is our pause button as we connect to the floor, connect to our own breath rhythm. Feel that we're staying alive as we pause. And then from here, slowly in your own rhythm, maybe with an exhale, release your hands. I invite you to bring your hands and arms back onto your legs and knees, to seize the floor one more time to grow, to return to the prayer in your heart, whatever you wish for, pray for, and whatever you desire for yourself and your family. And to extend this and also say yes to it when it comes to other people. And to let this acceptance and prayer flow into the earth. From this, slowly release your hands. Unite your hands in front of your heart. Find that the new frame that you created on the physical level can be melted into the palms of your hands. We can inhale one more time. And with an exhale, maybe touch our forehead and then the floor and ground this, planting the seed one more time as we bow. Again, notice the power that lies in this connection to the floor for concentration. Find the power that lies in connecting to our breath for gathering energy. And then slowly roll back up to a seated position. And I say thank you for being here and practicing. And I wish you a really nice Saturday. Take some rest and have an awesome weekend and a beautiful Sunday. Namaste.